and go about your day. That's what we
See,
used to
right,
do.
right now, my carrot is the carrot. I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, just woke up.
The other day about the pipeline leaking, and I think I said the wrong name.
Keystone pipeline sprung a leak in Kansas the size of an Olympic swimming pool. Close to 600,000 gallons of oil dumped out of the pipeline and into a nearby creek and into some rural pasture land. It was the biggest oil spill on land in the United States in more than 9 years. And this is not the first time the Keystone pipeline has ruptured, not by a long shot, including the spill from this past few days. This one pipeline, the Keystone pipeline, has sprung a leak 23 times in the last 12 years. And the leaks are getting bigger as they go. More oil burst out of the pipeline in Kansas this past week than in all the previous 22 spills combined. Keystone has now officially soaked the United States in more spilled oil than any other pipeline in the last decade. Since it first got up and running in 2010, the Keystone pipeline has spilled so much oil that if you scooped up all of it and put it all in 1-gallon milk jugs, that line of milk jugs would stretch all the way from New York City to Philadelphia and beyond. Well, what do you know?
So
I'm kind of mad about the whole Keystone pipeline because so many people fought for it, and this, our tax dollars paid a lot to have it run, and then, when it's pretty much done, I don't like how long did it run before they shut it down and we can't even use our own fuel, our own oil anymore? Like,
well, what kind of engineering are
Well,
they doing?
actually, the Keystone pipeline actually brought Canadian sludge through. But one thing about it is we were going to end. It was going to end. One of the ends was going to end here in Houston, and that's a couple of thousand jobs that we lost over it.
Yeah, well, we probably avoided a major oil spill too. So hey, let me read this. It says a ruptured pipe dumped enough oil this week into northeast Kansas Creek to nearly fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool, becoming the largest onshore crude pipeline spill in 9 years and surpassing all the previous ones on the same pipeline system combined, according to federal data. The Keystone Pipeline spill in a creek running through a rural pasture land in Washington County, Kansas, about 150 miles northwest of Kansas City. Also was the biggest in the system's history, according to U.S. Department of Transportation data. The operator, Canada-based TC Energy, said the pipeline that runs from Canada to Oklahoma lost about 14,000 barrels, or 588,000 gallons.
well, see, but this is another, when we really think about what difference us as truck drivers make to the world, to the country, is that them trying to be cheap and push us out of work to be able to deliver fuel, oil, and this, that, and the other across the country, instead of allowing us, to say if one tanker has a leak, we can figure that up and get that taken care of. But when you got a whole line that runs for miles on miles on miles on miles, and then we end up with a leak like this in some of the homeland of like some creek, some water that people probably drink from or fish from, and all this, that, and the other. Like, bro, like, it's a waste.
It's so terrible. Think about the fish. Think about the land, the dirt.
Yeah, I mean
trees.
That's all that's included. Yes, and then how long it's gonna affect all of those things.
And let me read a couple of comments underneath it. It says, as we knew they would be, the land and water protectors are always right. Yes, I like that comment. Another comment, it says, need meaningful regulations that make a leak like this unprofitable for the pipeline. They spend more money fighting environmental regulations than they do on actually constructing a pipe with legitimate fail-safes, if that's even possible. That's what I was
Well,
wondering. Like,
what
what's
was what?
going on with the engineering?
Well,
Like,
see,
it's a
but
lot of
that's
people get paid a lot of money to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't happen.
no. Well, I don't know about that because I mean, I've picked up a lot of this that oil field pipe that they use many times when I was doing flatbed, and bro, I've picked up some stuff, and you could tell the integrity wasn't all the way there. Like some of it, like look, and especially when it come right off the press, there's some of it that comes straight out of you know, like it's still hot when they putting it on the truck.
Yeah. So, but why are they manufacturing this faulty ass equipment? What
That's
the
the
hell is
thing,
going on?
bro. I don't know. It don't make sense. But what I'm just saying, like, and then these some of these guys that's working over there, they making $10 and $15 an hour.
Maybe that's why the shit is shitty. They paying
But
the people shitty. They gonna give them some shitty ass work. I'm gonna half
well,
ass throw this pipe together.
well,
Shit, pay
well,
me
most
$10. I
well
hope this
most of
shit
it.
fucking fail.
Most of it is if you want to call it AI, but I mean a lot of it is set up where it's a production like it's on conveyors and like all this stuff set up is just people that's just there kind of watching. But when you have a truckload of like 50, 60 pipes coming out at one time, piping hot, like you can't really inspect it. You know what I'm saying? Like they were actually like as soon as it came, like there's been time now. Of course, there's some. Sometimes when I go, it's already sitting out in the parking lot or in this little area where it's been sitting for a while. But sometimes I'm actually drive into the damn plant and watching it come off as soon as it's done.
Let me read
So
some more comments. It said this one. It says kind of makes you wonder if it isn't intentional. 9. Another comment. It says keep the oil in the soil. Another comment. This is beyond awful. Makes me angry. Another one. It says this is being done on purpose. So you have to
is it?
wonder.
Because maybe it's not the integrity of the pipe. Maybe somebody actually went out there and did something to the pipe.
Or maybe it was manufactured to fail.
Or maybe it was a natural cause.
It's
No, how long is
nothing's
it?
natural about this. You and then like I say, it's engineers get paid a lot of money. They should be able to deal with anything. It gets too hot, it gets too cold, all of this stuff. Where they built it at should have been in a place like you know what I mean? They know the temperatures of that shit all the way down the line. They know all this data coming in.
Okay, then why do we have potholes in the streets? By that
Probably
exact
for the
same argument.
probably is. Why is our water system fucking not working right?
Everything, dude. I don't know, man. I think y'all reaching. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all,
No, what I'm
That
saying is
pipeline has been in
wear and tear
place.
time.
Yeah, it's been in place since 2010. Then you got to think about the state of Kansas. You know what I'm saying? It's in the middle of the country. It's the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. The earth shifts underneath.
They
You know what I'm saying?
they
It could
should
have just
have plans for that. They should
it
that
could
should be in their
they
numbers.
they probably do have plans
Here's
for
your
that, Chaka,
funding. No, it's not. Here's your
but here's the thing.
funding. No, it's not. Here's your funding. No, it's not.
Like here's the thing, bro. It's the same way at your house. You go turn on your water one day, everything's perfectly fine. You take a good, nice, good, beautiful, hot bubble bath. Then you leave home and you come back later that fucking night. Your water don't get hot. You go in your utility room and your water heater is bursted. Shit happens, bro. Like that type of shit. It happens, man. Like it just does. Like
There's
everything
a
that's
2-day
man made,
boil notice on
it's
your
not
water.
gonna.
well,
There's
well,
not
and
a
the,
everything that's man made is not gonna last forever, bro. You
well,
know.
I know the weather itself will, the heat will make it expand. The cold is gonna make it contract. So I mean, just going under those different things, because I mean, it snows in Kansas. We get a
It's
lot
cold
of
as fuck up here right now because I'm up here, and they've been having frigid temperatures. You know what I'm saying? It's been freezing rain and shit. You know,
yeah.
like all of those things, bro. Like we can't just sit back. Oh well, this should be. And I, when it comes to the oil field, I definitely try to defend that because that's a lot. That's a lot of jobs, man, for a lot of people. Most people, people with little to no education can go in that field and make 100+ thousand a year. So,
Well, most people with the least education make the most money. So
it just, we can't. I don't know, man. I think that's another thing that's going on in our society. We're so quick to point fingers. Oh, well, this should have been it. This should have been. Say, man, shit is not built and meant to last forever, man.